Yeah, I got onto podcasts early because I got onto Rogan early. And he was obviously one of the first ones for podcasting. Because I got onto him through watching UFC, and then I found my way to his website, and through his website I found his podcast, and then I was like, what the hell is this? And then I started watching it.
What episode? Well,
44. Episode 44. Yeah.
44.
Yeah, 44.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and so you know how long he's been
44,
podcasting? Because
bro.
you know why? Like, not smoking, not doing anything. The podcast was about the history of marijuana, and I was like, what is this? I came for the Fear Factor guy and the UFC commentator, and he's talking.
Just wait 1 second. You surprised me so much. I jumped out my shoes and my shoes ended up on the wrong feet. You fucking... I jumped out of my shoes and I put my shoes back on and they were in the wrong fucking holes.
When you said 20, I was like, mate, I've been listening longer than that. So.
No, bro, no, because I think I jumped into the Joe Rogan podcast at like... I want to say like episode 190 or 200.
Yeah.
190. It was either 190 or 200.
You were so confident in one of our ones. We talked about Eddie Bravo and his appearance numbers. And I was like, I was listening to him when Eddie Bravo was on nearly every third episode.
I reckon I jumped in at about 190 to 200. Yeah. But then I obviously I went back and watched a lot of the couch episodes.
Yeah.
Because they're so unhinged.
Oh, yeah.
Does he still have them uploaded?
I'm not sure on Spotify. But
Dude,
probably back in his archives.
Do you know
on
what?
his website,
We should do a series of us drinking and reacting to episode 1.
Oh, dude, but episode 1's stupid. Even he says episode 1 is stupid.
What about 2?
You want to start with the first comedian and just see how it goes.
The
first Joey Diaz appearance.
I was just going to say we should react to the first Joey Diaz appearance.
Mate, you can just watch the compilations.
Red Band's in all of them, isn't he? Because he produces it.
Yep, he was the producer.
Yeah.
He was the producer.
When did Jamie come in?
Bloody hell,
like 100?
Like 600, man.
Jamie?
Yeah, Red Band was in it for a while. He was in it for a hot second. Part of the old Death Squad, because that's what all the podcasts for the comedians, they all branched off when they were all looking at Rogan going, what are you doing all this time in the podcasting? And now look at how comedians, and look at how most people know. Look at what Sav does, just about getting the word out, and then it can be...
How crazy that Joe Rogan, and people hate on him as much as you want, call you a dick rider. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of podcasts.
Opening eyes to the reach of your voice through the interwebs.
He's still bigger than any fucking news outlet in the world.
Keep it consistent in what he does and to grow it the way he has.
I don't know about now since he moved to Spotify. I imagine his numbers have dropped since he's moved strictly to Spotify. Maybe.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Pay for Spotify,
I don't know because you obviously don't see how many people listen. I don't think.
No.
But someone might hear this and they actually do.
They
I
might
don't
actually know. Yeah.
But I imagine
they're closing Stitcher, the Stitcher podcast app, which is one of the main apps that I use for listening to podcasts.
Why do you use those apps?
Stitcher was one of the first ones I got.
Exclusive podcasts.
No, nothing like that. It was just the ones I watched. It was a lot. It was just easy to find on Stitcher.
Is mine on Stitcher?
No,
it's not.
No,
what
I
do
don't
you
think
use
so.
on mine?
Spotify.
You use Spotify.
Yeah, it made it interesting because one of your episodes was delayed and it didn't get uploaded, and I was wondering if it was because of the content.
It was down.
It's down one below underneath. Your numbers got mixed up because of it.
No, I see.
Because that came through, I was like, "Ooh, he's been banned. He's been. They moved it," and it was like, "Oh no, wait. Oh, now it's up."
No, because I went to
58. It's like the last few ones.
Because I went 58. What people don't understand is, and I'm trying to stop doing it as much because I want my podcast to be as currently relevant as possible.
Right.
So sometimes when you're just starting out, you do like some weeks I'll do 4 podcasts.
Right.
The fourth one won't come out for a month.
Yep.
So but I rarely do that. I try and do it weekly, but it's tiring.
What they call in the business banking them.
Yeah, I put them in the bank just for times like I went to Japan.